Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Todd Schroth here, Agents Who Win, and my partner, Daniel Betancourt. Welcome to our Coaching Monday session.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you had an amazing weekend. This weekend for our team was pretty crazy. It seemed like every single person came out of the woodwork. Was that your same experience?
It was. We had, we had open houses that were insane. We had a bunch of calls for new appointments this week. Actually quite a few new agents reaching out, looking at getting into the business. So it'll be a busy week ahead. Yeah. My calendar just filled up over the weekend, which was awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So what we want to talk about today, guys, is 4 things every real estate agent should do daily, but don't. And we're victims of this as well because we don't follow everything we should do because we get busy. But if you can create good daily habits, this will set you up for success.
Yep, and if you can accomplish, at least half of the things you set out to accomplish, you're going to be way ahead of most people. You're not just attacking your day kind of willy-nilly. If you have some goals, you have some strategies that you try to implement regularly, you're not always going to hit them all, but at least you're going to be going in the right direction and you're systematizing it. So these are the tips that we give out every Monday on this show, and we hope, our viewers are documenting them and doing their best to follow these strategies because they're winning strategies.
So this came from, I want to just give credit to our buddies at Curator, Chris Smith and Jimmy Mackin. We got their email in, and I loved the content they provided. So we wanted to bring this back to you guys as some value. So let's start with number 1. It's sending a CMA to past clients who are not selling. And it's really just going back in your clients the last, 5 to 7 years and shooting a CMA to them. Could be a quick CMA, could be detailed.
Right. There are tools out there. One of them is HomeBot. We have other ones available to us through the MLS that will keep your customers updated on a market analysis. But if you wanted to personalize it, you could just do a 5-minute video CMA where you're going over the comps and you can let your customers know, your past customers, this is just an annual service that you provide, and send them a quick CMA because, people might be interested in selling. They might be interested in refinancing. And they may not want to reach out to you because, they're not ready to sell. But if you can offer that service in advance, you're going to be separating yourselves from the crowd very much so.
It's it's how to find the hidden listings, because the guys that bought 5 to 7 years ago might be time to upgrade. They've, got to work at home now, a variation of things. And sometimes they forgot about you. But if you shoot out a quick CMA to them, hey, Daniel, it was great connecting with you 5 years ago, whatever it is. I just want to let you know home market's up, home values are up. This is where we're at. And definitely before you do decide to list, let's talk, because the numbers I'm giving you today may change tomorrow, would be kind of how I would approach the email or the video or just a letter to them.
And you've probably gotten a customer to you say over the years, it's so coincidental that you reached out to me when you did. Yeah. My husband and I just talked about it, or my wife and I were just talking about it the night before, 2 days ago. It's still early in the process, but we are considering doing this. So
it's future business, what you're creating there.
Right. You want to create those coincidence moments. Yeah. Offer those coincidence moments as often as possible. Number 2 is touch base with the buyer who purchased in the last 12 months. So something that we do is every time we close on a transaction, we input that closing date into our calendar, and it stays in there forever. And so we're always getting updated on the anniversary of our customers who close, so we can call them, communicate with them on an annual basis, and wish them a happy Homoversary. So that's a way to systematize it. You can do it right there at the closing table. Just create an event on your calendar while you're sitting there, and you can make a note of it. So and so closed on this date, or so and so closing on this year, and every year you can touch base with those folks. And a lot of times they won't remember it was the anniversary day when you call them, but it's just we're always looking for one more reason to communicate with our sphere.
Just a way to get in touch with them. We call it the Homoversary Plant, and we send out a little air plant to them. And, a handful of clients, send us a nice little thank you, and half of them we don't hear back from when they get it. But it's just another item of value we're sending to them. I love the idea at closing. Go ahead and create that next appointment, which is 1 year from now. You should be talking to them more often, but at least you have that 1 year out that you're jumping on with them.
And your calendar will ask you, do you want to make this a recurring appointment? And you just say yes, once a year on this date.
So are you buying? Are you calling them year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or are you just calling them on year 1?
I just have them. I have them in there forever, and so it could be a text message. A lot of times I've been communicating with them throughout the year through Facebook or something like that, and I'll just say, "Hey, happy Homoversary! It's been 6 years," or something like that. And it catches them by surprise. So you want to be in touch. You don't want this to be the first time you reach out to them a year later. You want to reach out to them at least a couple times before then. So just to have it in your calendar and as a reminder to yourself to do that, I would say is really important. The other thing, that we do at closing is sometimes the buyer wants to remember homestead exemption. So I'll create an event right there at the closing table when this topic comes up, and I'll invite them to that event. So it's in their calendar also, as long as they accept that invitation to do their homestead exemption. And I'll push it out, 2 or 3 months, as long as it's within the deadline and as long as they have that paperwork back from the title company to register.
No, that's smart. We do the end of the year. We'll mail off the closing statement with a letter regarding that. But I like the, bring the client into the event as well. It's another good touch point there.
Yep. So number 3 is text an agent you've worked on a tough deal. And we all have agents that we've worked on really challenging transactions with. And a lot of times you're just so happy to get that transaction over with that sometimes you even forget to acknowledge that, this was a tough one and thank you so much for making it as smooth as can be. So it's something that you want to nurture those relationships with the people out there who are helping you close your transactions, because they may have the next hot listing and you may have a buyer for their listing or vice versa. And the more of these relationships that you have out there that are positive, it's just going to help your business long term.
I mean, think about when you're presenting offers and you keep in touch with those people. Like we just accepted one today from an agent who, as we worked with in the past, keeps a good relationship with us. We know them very well. Does not give us problems during the transaction. Where the other two, either we don't know them or they're one of those that have caused problems, or automatically in the offer it seems like they're going to start a challenge in there. And so if you keep up the relationships, because this is a relationship business, so exactly as you said, hey, do you have anything coming up over in the Waterford Lakes area? And because I know you live there, so I think you might check for early inventory, anything,
right?
And that's a way to help get your buyer's offers accepted.
Right. So nurture those relationships. It's not an adversarial thing. We're not going after each other. We're all professionals, and our transactions should be amicable.
I was listening to a book this weekend, and what they made the comment that we are competitors, yet we're also co-workers.
Mm-hmm.
So because we're going to be on the other side of the transaction. So it's a very, very good way to put that.
Friendly competition.
Yep.
Number 4 on the list is call a member of your professional network. So you always want to be growing your network of professionals in real estate, but not only real estate. You have past customers, they're professionals at what they do. So you want to grow your network, not only with real estate professionals, definitely real estate professionals, but you also want to look beyond real estate and expand your resources, your professional resources and network.
So, and I like that. It's like, because your network is your net worth. And if you can keep a good network of business professionals around, what we just listened to with Michael Mayer this last week was, get your sphere of your network of people, because those are the ones who are going to know, like, and trust you and refer you to their other business people or their friends and family.
That's right. So you want, by having a good relationship with the realtor on the other side during your transaction, by networking with professionals in your industry and outside of your industry, especially your customers, because you want to give back to them. They've given to you. You want to give back to them as often as you can. You're going to keep growing your network. And that just helps you with your sphere of influence. The sphere of influence for most realtors is their number one closing source, people that know, like, and trust you. So you always want to be growing that network of people that know, like, and trust you. So
yep, no, for sure. Hope you guys got some good value out of this today. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys we'll look forward to seeing you guys again next Monday.
Yes, the real estate market's getting kind of crazy out there. So if you need help with anything, reach out to any of us. If you're struggling with something, getting offers accepted or getting listings or some other thing that we haven't mentioned, just reach out to us. We have, between Todd and I, we have tons of ideas to help you in those areas. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Have a good one, guys.